Hey everybody, my name's Macy Miller. I run MiniMotives.com. I built a 196 square foot tiny house. Let's see, I started in November 2011. I've been living in it since June of last year, 2013. So I've been here 14, 15 months or so. I have never done a video tour because I don't like video, but I've had enough requests. I'm going to go ahead and do a video tour for you guys. So we will just go ahead and start down at this end, I guess. Let's go to the bathroom. So this is my bathroom. Dun, 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 dun. There's the toilet. It is a Sunmar Centrix 2000, I believe. Let's shut the door. It is an electric version, even though I happen to have ordered a non-electric version. But that's a long story. You can read more about on my blog. That is what the inside of a composting toilet looks like. It's not gross. It doesn't smell bad. I actually like this toilet better than a flush unit. Yeah, it's not as terrible as people tend to build it up to be. So we have, let's see, this unit right here, that is for sawdust, which I put in the toilet, put about a cup in there about 3 times a week, and then the same 3 times a week I crank the handle, which is located on the compost bin, which is, on my particular case, underneath the trailer. So I actually have to go outside and I crank the handle, which is not a big deal. And then let's see, this one over here, this is just a garbage can, which is pretty standard protocol in a bathroom. Alright, so I have operable windows throughout, but this window is operable. You can see I use it to store miscellaneous stuff in the sill. I'm fairly messy with bathrooms, and I can live with the limited space, so long as I can use my windowsills. This window right here is not operable, but I just use it for light. And then I've got, 2 IKEA style mirrors that I use down to my sink here. This is where I do my teeth brushing, hand washing. I don't know, it's 13 inch by 13 inch, I believe. Underneath, don't mind the clutter here. So that's actually my water filter right there. And then miscellaneous bathroom things stuffed all the way around it. Really, this closet is for the water filter and easy access. But you can see I've pushed things up in there too. And then into the shower. My shower was a critical item to me. I wanted a nice shower. I have on-demand hot water. It's made out of the same porcelain tiles that the floor is. Those are some craft stones at the bottom. Yeah, so it's about 42 inches deep and then 36 inches wide. We've got standard, fixtures and everything on it. I built in some nooks there for my soaps, etc. But I love it. I love my shower. I love endless hot water. It's fantastic. So we will turn around. We'll go ahead and go through the kitchen area. Let's see. You can see here I have just a shelf up above the window that I store all of my not everyday maybe used items on. The lower shelf below, where I keep my cups and plates. It was important to me to have open shelving. I didn't want it to feel claustrophobic with cabinets and something coming out at the eye level. You can see I have a rod underneath that bottom shelf where I hang some pots and pans and the stuff I use often. My silverware is sitting in a bin there. It's really handy to have that stuff just right there and close. And then, so I got all my windows reclaimed. This is a 4 foot by 4 foot window, which put the sill below the counter height. That's not an ideal situation, but since I was working with some reclaimed materials, I decided to roll with it anyways, and come up with this solution. Behind the sink, I cut some wine bottles with a friend of mine, and we made some little self-watering planters, which I plant my herbs in, which are looking pretty sad right now. It's been really hot here, but that is the reason for that. And then I just have some standard IKEA style knife hangers, and there's some herbs and stuff up there too. This is possibly the love of my life. I think a cappuccino maker is something every new mom needs. I use that thing several times a day, which is why it gets counter space. So let's go on. There's a handsome dog right out there. Let's go to the drawers though. So on all the way to the right here, I have 4 drawers. The bottom drawer, I use that as my overflow drawer for the bathroom. So all of the sporadic things that you don't want to be without, like your Dayquil and cough drops and things, they just get shoved in that bottom drawer. The second drawer up is kitchen items like sandwich bags, saran wrap, tin foil, etc. The second one from the top is my towels and washcloths and other kitchen-y things. And then the top drawer is my junk drawer, which catches all of the stuff that doesn't necessarily have a home. But then I chose to have a double basin sink. I found that one on Craigslist. I think I paid $40 for it. But I just didn't think a single basin was going to be good enough for how much I use a kitchen. It's coming really handy. Hazel gets her baths in there still. She's about to upgrade, but for now that works. And then we'll go underneath, which this is a mess. This is my utility closet, if you will. And you'll notice my water heater on to the right there. That is not hooked up. It's because I had a flood this weekend. First time since I've been here, I don't have hot water because the inlet broke. That is an EcoTemp. I think it's EVL 12-LP, which has been an awesome unit. I actually have 0 complaints until the inlet broke and completely flooded my house. Literally, there was an inch of water on the floor because no one was home when it broke. So that kind of scared us. But I contacted EcoTemp. They're going to replace it. They're very sorry. And actually, I already have the part. I need to replace it probably today. It came in yesterday. So under here, I have, cleaning supplies, obviously, but also I have access to all of my plumbing and gas shutoffs down here. So if I ever need to isolate a problem, say the water heater breaks and floods your house, I have a shutoff valve for the water heater down here. And then independent gas shutoffs too for my stove and my water heater are both gas appliances. Everything else is electric. So that's where the dirty business is done of shutting off things. So we'll go next door here. This is my washer dryer unit. It is a Summit SPW 1800. This is a middle of the line washer dryer price wise. I was looking for the cheapest unit with decent ratings, and this is what I landed on. I think I paid about $960 for it. It's heavy. You'll notice I've centered it over my axles. It's probably the heaviest thing in this house, the heaviest one thing. It does a good job. You can't expect a dual or a combo unit to keep up with standard washer dryer separate units. But it gets, you're about 90-95% dry, which I think is phenomenal for a ventless unit. And then I take clothes out and I just kind of lay them out on the couch for a little bit before I put them away. But it does a good job. I have no complaints. I have only positive reviews for it a year and a half later, almost. So you'll notice I have lots of counter space. This is actually more efficient of a layout than any apartment I've rented. It's very functional for me. I can cook on both sides of the stove. And the countertop is actually reclaimed hardwood floor that I got for free on Craigslist. Stacy Whitcomb of justasmidgen.com actually found that. She built that tiny house here in Boise around the same time I was building. So awesome free counters. Love it. We'll go over here. This is my oven stove. To me, it was kind of crucial to have an oven. I like to bake cookies and casseroles. This is out of an old RV a friend of mine was tearing apart. Thank you, Jed. I love it. It's perfect. Down below here is the way I'm able to keep a 120-pound dog in this house. This drawer holds 100 pounds of dog food. I need to go to the store and get some dog food, you can tell. But that's Denver's little pantry. And then over here, this is really my only cupboard for storage. And I apologize, it's messy as well. This one normally isn't, though. I just had an open house, and so I've got a bunch of paper plates and spoons and stuff. Under here, I keep my mixing bowls. I actually keep some home improvement, like just some miscellaneous screws and stuff that I use every now and again. My mixer, my blender, my laundry soap goes down here. It seems to be plenty of storage, honestly, even when I don't have it crammed full. So we will go down and let's. So this is my barn door hardware. I wanted a barn door for space-saving reasons. That's a plumbing wall right there, so I couldn't do a pocket door. But when I went online to buy some barn door hardware, it was several $100s. So I made my own. I used the plumbing pipe up there and some fittings. My brother helped me build a panel there. That's all the reclaimed hardwood floor, but it's on a welded frame. And then we put it on casters. So it actually slides across the floor. The plumbing fittings hold it close to the wall. And you can see there's a gap behind it. It's not uber private. There's no seal like a normal door. But I oversized the door, so that's a 24-inch opening. I think it's a 28-inch door, so that it does offer some privacy. We move over to my microwave. It's got some bread storage above. My fridge, I think I have an 8.1 cubic foot fridge, which is plenty of space for me. I do a lot of cooking, actually. And I mean, there's a lot of food storage in there. It was important to me to have a separate freezer. So, in my experience, the under-counter units didn't do as well at the freezing. But I like my ice cream. So we have up above here, we have some storage that I can tuck away. It's about 4 foot long, maybe 3 feet deep, and about 1.5 feet high. Keep some Christmas lights up there. I do some batch cooking, so when my Tupperwares aren't in use, they're there. Move over to my pantry space here. My pantry is about 2 foot by 2 foot by maybe 3.5 feet high. I built 4 shelves in there. You can see it holds an awful lot of food, probably too much, but I'm very happy with the amount of food storage I have in here. No complaints. And then down below that, we have a cabinet. This was originally intended for just my camping gear. I have a supplemental heater that I use in the wintertime that's found its way in there. And then we use cloth diapers with Hazel throughout the day. And so she needed a place for her storage of her diapers. So that's what that thing is there. And then behind both of these things, I do actually still have my camping gear, my hiking pack and stuff. So that is the MiniMotives kitchen. I think I covered everything. Let me know if I did. We move down here. At the end here, this has sort of become my baby storage area. Miss Hazel's got a pack and play. When I'm doing yard work or something, she'll set up in that. And it just stores right there. And then behind that, we've got an umbrella stroller that we take her out and about in. And then we'll do just kind of an overall shot here of my living area. So let me come over here. Make you seasick here. So this chair right here, this is where I do most of my things. I sit there. Usually my laptop is on the table next to it. Right now I'm working on some illustrations for some books I'm working on. And you can see I have a little footstool below there. I use it as a footstool. Novel, huh? But yeah, so that's where I am most of the time because this dog takes over the couch. Normally he's sleeping. Right now he's just sitting. Um, uh, but yeah, so underneath there, Hazel's got her little bouncer chair. Fits just perfectly. Bless you, baby. And then we've got just this little end table on the side there. We use these. I mean, James will come over here and we'll eat, or he'll work over here, or whatever. And then let's talk about the unit behind Denver here. That is, it used to be my media center. Now it's just a bookshelf. I've put these little baskets on it recently. That's where Hazel's toys get stored. I'm slowly and surely building her up some toys. She's not real interested yet, but she will be. On the top, I have my plant and Hazel's memory box. She's got her baby book and a copy of Time magazine and miscellaneous stuff for her when she gets older. And then down below, since this was a media center, that actually is intended to hold a computer tower, but I've kind of stopped doing things that way. So right now it's just kind of wasted space. I can use that for storage somehow, but it's just kind of open. This whole unit actually pulls out this way too, and behind it there's an opening that's about 7 foot tall. It goes about 4 feet deep, and then it's about a foot wide. That sits kind of behind the fridge and pantry there, where it can store larger items. Right now, Denver's got his dog kennel back there, but I could put skis or snowboard or whatever you have that would work there. So again, all my windows are operable. This is so that whichever direction I park, I can get some airflow going through. And I also have this magical ceiling fan to help circulate air. That's the way to get passive ventilation through. It works really well. So I have tile floor. Why I did that, I have a radiant floor heat system. But it also works really well to help keep the place cool. It acts as a battery for heat or cooling. So at nighttime, I open up all the windows and let some nice cool air in, and it kind of absorbs all of that cool air. And then I close up the doors during the daytime, and it kind of releases cool air in here, and it just keeps it nice and temperate. And then the reverse of that in summer, in winter, I heat it up in here, and I have radiant warm wire heat in the floor. So I can warm that up, and it's my primary heat source in the space. But so yes, operable windows. Dun, dun, dun. We'll come back around this way. This wall actually, this is my new addition. I put this up, I think last weekend. And that is because Hazel and I play on the bed, and I left her for a minute, and she was a couple feet away. So I've been worried since I had her about her falling out, but she's never been mobile. But that is changing fast. So that is my rail system for my loft that I put up, and you can see over here, it actually closes. So there's actually a door. So I could cage her up there if needed, but no, it's just so she doesn't accidentally fall out, or we co-sleep up there. So in the middle of the night, I can close that and not worry about her wandering off as she gets more mobile. So we'll go this bank of storage here. Look at that cute baby right there. She's neat. So we'll start on this side. That closet, the top one there, it's hard to make it look tidy. That's all of my art supplies. I do painting, oil painting, acrylic painting, watercolor, inks. I should have some clay in there, and the miscellaneous tools it takes to do those things. That's my free time fun stuff. You also see I have my camera up in there, and then my thermostat, which I have yet to hang. That's for my radiant floor heat. And then down below is my winter curtains. They help keep the heat in here much better than these light and airy white ones I have up right now. And then obviously my sewing machine and miscellaneous fabrics that I use for that. Let's see, this drawer bank here, this is where I keep all of my clothes. Actually, I use the top 4 drawers for my clothes, and then the bottom one is my laundry hamper, so I just throw the dirty clothes in there. It's a nice, clean way of doing things. As it is, I have way too many clothes. I can really pare back down. But I seem to fill the space I have. Let's see. This used to be where Hazel's clothes got kept, but since I put the wall up, I was able to move them upstairs. So I get my little coat closet back. And that is just where I put all my hanging clothes. I've got a lot of dresses and work clothes. And then I've got a couple extra pairs of shoes. Notice they're flip-flops. That's all year round shoes for me. These steps, I kept them open. You could put drawers in them, little decorative baskets, whatever you want. But I chose to keep them open, just I like the look better. So the bottom drawer there has Denver's dog bed in it. I just roll it up and during the day, and I take it out at night. Usually he sleeps on the couch now anyways, but he has the option to use his bed. Let's see, the second drawer, that's a little rocker, and instead of getting like the big baby contraption rocker thing, that works with Hazel's car seat, and so you just sit her car seat on it and it rocks it back and forth. It's a nice space-saving way to do things. I don't use it as much as I thought I would, but she likes it, so we do use it sometimes. And then also I have a little lap desk in there, because sometimes I go upstairs and do my work in bed, and I just snag that on my way up. The next shelf up is my computer storage, so I can have quick and easy access to it. It's right there. It's kind of out of the way of the dog and everything. And then the next step up is we do use disposable diapers at nighttime. It helps mom sleep a lot better. And then some baby toys and stuff, kind of just keep him out of Denver's eye line. Not that he can't reach them, but he grabs things if he sees them, and if they're up above his head, he doesn't usually look. So that's just our little shelf for doing that. You can see he does mess with the diapers. He knocked them all over. And then let's see, just over here we've just got, that's my front door. You can see I've got steps going up to it and a little walkway that I built out there. Been keeping track of little Miss's height here. She is 4 months old and 26 inches high. I was going to do that with Denver too, but I missed that boat. Now he's just higher. I think he's 34 inches high. Let's see, down here I've got a propane methane detector. I put that low. I think it's important to have one of those in a tiny house if you're using propane fixtures at all. Propane has a smell to it, so that you know if it's in there, but I want it detected before that. And since propane usually sinks, I have it down low. Funny story. So this is, I lay Denver's dog bed out here. He was laying here one day and he totally farted, and this thing went off and it scared the bejesus out of him, and he ran into the shower. It was the funniest thing that I'd ever seen. I laughed for hours about that. Up here we have a smoke detector, CO2 detector. I think that's another standard thing you should just have in the house. So there's that. Let's go up to the bedroom. So this is where I sleep. Let's see, this is actually a full-size bed. A queen-size bed will fit up here. I kind of like having this gap on the side though. You can see my computer's right there. When I work, it's nice to just put things down on the floor right there, kind of out of the way of the dog. Hazel and I were playing in the sheets earlier today, so don't mind the bed not being hotel-like. There's Hazel's co-sleeper. I built her. I built it full crib size so that I can upgrade it when she's ready to go to a crib. But for now, as co-sleeper, it works great. She's got her quilt in there that her great-grandma made her. She's got her stuffed animals. I hung a little mobile from the wall. She's not real interested in that, but it's there. It's babyized. Again, we have an operable window. It's awesome to let some air in at night, and awesome when it rains. I love it. Let's see, over here, this is what used to be in the cabinet down below. These are all Hazel's clothes, separated out by her size. So the top drawer is what she's in now. The bottom, or the second drawer is what she's going into, and then the third is the not so distant future. Up on top, we've got some extra blankets, some books that James and I read when we go to bed. And then I also have a computer monitor. I do all of my TV watching online, so if we want to watch a movie or some Hulu or something, I can just plug in my laptop and we can watch a show as we go to bed. So I think that covers everything inside my tiny house. We'll do an overall shoot here. Oh, I did mount my TV to this wall. I'm not sure if I like that or not. It makes it more central, and I don't watch much TV. So here's some overall of the tiny house. My baby's down there. And that's about it. I hope you guys have enjoyed the tour. So there you have it. There is the tiny house tour of the MiniMotives tiny house. Feel free to leave any comments or questions below. I try to get back to everybody. You can find more information, of course, on my website, www.minimotives.com. That's what we have for you. Thanks.